And now, please welcome your host for the 2019 Geo Championships. He's a correspondent for CBS Sunday Morning, host of Innovation Nation on CBS, and the hit podcast Mobituaries, comedian and journalist Mo Rocca.
Exciting. Good afternoon and welcome to the 2019 Geo Championships. Now, for those of you who are just tuning in today, I am Mo Rocca. We are back in Grosvenor Auditorium on the National Geographic campus for another exciting day of competition. That being said, the Geo Championships are not just about winning a prize. Today is really about exploration, innovation, and celebration. We are vying for the ultimate prize, to win a better, more balanced planet for all of us. Fortunately, we have some phenomenal young thinkers backstage to help us on our journey. And speaking as a member of an older generation, we are counting on them and all the kids out here for a better world. The GeoChallenge is a brand new academic competition. In it, students in grades 5 through 8 work together in teams to develop creative solutions to real-world problems. They research a problem, and then they come up with an innovative solution. And while they're at it, they do something that's pretty rare even for us grown-ups. They focus on how good the idea is and how effectively they can communicate it. It's all about maximizing impact and accentuating the positive. More than 9,000 teams registered and over 1,100 submitted solutions to tackle a very big problem. And that problem is plastic pollution in our waterways. Now, it's hard to poke fun at plastic. After all, it is not biodegradable, right? So, but in all seriousness, plastic is really choking our rivers and lakes and oceans around the world. Scientists and activists are working hard to solve this problem. And in this competition, the GeoChallenge teams are doing their part too. Back in January, each GeoChallenge team submission was appraised by National Geographic, and the best were invited to one of 16 regional competitions. And those winners of the regionals are here with us this week. Let's take a quick look back on this fantastic GeoChallenge competition.
Back in August 2018, National Geographic debuted a new competition for teams of middle school students with this call to action.
I'm National Geographic explorer Kakani Katija. Join us in the 2018-2019 National Geographic Geo Challenge. This year's challenge is tackling plastic.
We are Pollution Solution, and you are watching our Geo Challenge video.
We are the NCS Patriots.
We are the Plastic Geeks.
Plastic Patrol's on the case, and we have a solution.
Working through the fall, tens of thousands of students accepted the challenge to tackle plastic in their backyards and around the world.
Every year, over 3 million tons of plastic is produced.
8 million pieces of plastic enter our oceans every day.
Birds, fish, and whales mistake these plastics for food.
Join the dark side. Use plastic straws.
Never.
National Geographic received solutions from more than 1,000 teams from all over the country.
Our device caught various plastic materials.
We have created a children's book that shows how we can prevent pollution in our environment by making good shopping choices.
The drone will take the water bottle to one of our collection sites around the city.
National Geographic is looking for ways to rid waterways of plastic pollution.
Wheeler Middle School qualified for a nationwide contest.
The team will present its project to National Geographic judges in the regional stage of the Geo Challenge.
7 months later, 250 teams were invited to regional competitions at 16 cities across the country.
Our team name is the Plastic Preventers, and our solution to the problem is to use Bag S, which is the pulp of sugarcane, and you can actually make a plastic-like material out of it. We talked to our principal about replacing all the cups in the cafeteria with these Bag S cups, and he actually did it.
All right, let's do it. Go Geo Stars.
This allows students to become activists. Their innovation and their drive and their imagination and curiosity is what's going to drive solutions of tomorrow.
My favorite part about participating in GeoChallenge is the fact that this might one day become an actual invention and help beaches and people. That's a pretty good feeling.
In first place and winning the right to represent the Pennsylvania region in Washington, D.C., the Nerd Herd.
I feel like I've drank multiple energy drinks. I'm just really excited.
It just makes me feel really special and happy that I got to work with these people.
It's your drawings. If we win this, then you're getting your book published.
This week, the top 16 teams arrived at National Geographic headquarters to compete at the national level. All of these solutions show the creativity, vision, and teamwork needed to tackle one of the most urgent challenges on our planet. Today, we're down to the 3 final teams. Welcome to the final championship of the National Geographic GeoChallenge.
All right. Well, one thing is for certain, the Nerd Herd wins best team name. There's no doubt about that. So here we are today in the local and regional levels of the GeoChallenge competition. Our appraisers were looking at the promise of the ideas and how much positive impact they could have in the world. Today, our appraisers are also asking how well each project can be brought to scale. That is, how well it can grow and exponentially increase its impact. Before we bring out our teams, let's meet our GeoChallenge appraisers, whom we've been hearing so much about. Our first appraiser is a former classroom teacher and the president of GIS, etc. She's a 2019 National Geographic Fellow who specializes in geospatial technologies. Basically, she's tracking your exact location at all times. So be nice to her. Please welcome Anita Palmer. Hi, Anita. Our next appraiser is the director of the Wilson Center's China Environment Forum. She's an expert on China's climate challenges and U.S.-China environmental cooperation, combining research and visual storytelling to improve our planet. Please welcome Jennifer L. Turner. Hi, Jennifer. Our third and final appraiser is a principal engineer at Monterey Bay Aquarium Research Institute. At the institute, she studies marine life and plastic pollution in our oceans. She's also a National Geographic explorer and this year's GeoChallenge spokesperson. Please welcome Kakani Katija. Hi, Kakani. Now, appraising these projects is a big job, and it takes more than 3 people to get it done. We have several others here with us representing the many facets of National Geographic's work and expertise. GeoChallenge appraisers in the audience, please stand up or wave so that we can give you a round of applause. Where are you? Okay, I see a bunch. Okay, hi there. Thank you very much. Thank you for pitching in. The final ranking of these 3 teams will be determined by averaging 25% of their score from yesterday's semifinals and 75% of their score from today's presentation and interactions with the appraisers. Students, I'd tell you to give 110%, but the truth is we're really only looking at 100% of your work. So, earlier today, the full appraiser panel had the opportunity to closely examine and score the 3 teams' materials. In just a minute, the teams will take the stage to give you their presentations, and the 3 lead appraisers will conduct a Q&A with each team backstage before submitting their final scores. Then, we will have our winner. The stakes are real for our GeoChallenge teams. First place will receive a $25,000 team prize, plus support and guidance from National Geographic staff to implement their GeoChallenge solution. They will also bring home a trophy to their school. And students, I've asked, and the trophy is light enough to raise over your heads in victory while singing "We Are the Champions." The other 2 teams, thank you for that laugh. The other 2 teams won't go home empty-handed. The second place team will receive $10,000, and the third place team will receive $5,000 to implement their GeoChallenge solutions. And now the moment you've been waiting for. Let's meet our first GeoChallenge finalist team. Please welcome from Flushing, New York, the Navigators. Okay. Okay. Soak it in, soak it in. Now, navigators, you have 1 minute to set up your project. Yeah, that's you. Yeah. All right, you're set up early. Okay, and so now you have 5 minutes to give your presentation. Go.
For this GeoChallenge, our team chose the Hudson River Park waterway. The Hudson River Park is between New York and New Jersey, and it runs into the Atlantic Ocean. It is a diverse ecosystem and is a stopping point to over 200 species of fish. The Hudson River watershed is home to almost 5 million people.
Much of the mismanaged plastic pollution in this watershed comes from products used in daily life. Products such as styrofoam, plastic bags, and containers find their way into the river and will break down into microplastics. The fish mistake these microplastics as food. Microplastics then work their way into the food chain and eventually to us. According to the Estuary Lab, the average microplastic concentration at the Hudson River Park waterway is estimated to be more than 500,000 per square kilometer, and this number is increasing by 5 times each year. This is a problem
that needs a solution.
So we came up with a solution model boat to clean up the floating microplastics. Our boat has a filtration system attached in the front. The filtration system will have 3 filter layers with the larger holes on the outer layer and a fine mesh filter on the innermost layer. The collected microplastics will then be vacuumed into a storage container. Bigger pollution particles and stranded marine life will be pushed down from the outer layer. We use our model boat to test and collect data. First, we converted the Estuary Lab microplastic concentration data into our 6-foot test bore area. After 10 minutes of testing, we were able to collect about 200 pieces of floating plastic particles smaller than 5 millimeters. Therefore, we concluded that our boat will potentially be able to clean up about 19% of the floating microplastic in the Hudson River Park.
Yay, 19%!
Based on the initial feedback from National Geographic, we've included our filtration boat in the middle of our map. Our original model boat also broke after the water test, and we had to build a new boat before going to regionals. To determine our model's impact for regionals, we shared our solution with Patrick McClellan, the State Policy Director of the New York League of Conservation Voters. He said that our solution sounds practical, but that we may need multiple cleanup boats since the Hudson is a large river. We then shared our idea with Bob Porter, a custom boat builder from Sound Marine. He said that he can build a metal bracket boat attachment to make our filtration system attached to an existing boat. He also recommended to add floaters so that the attachment can float on its own. To scale up our design for the national competition, we decided to convert our solution to a standalone filtration model that attaches to the front of a 20-foot workboat. That way, we can easily replicate our solution, making it portable in the U.S. and globally. Moreover, it will be usable in different water environments such as lakes, rivers, and watershed outlets where plastic flows through. The view size of the filtration attachment system will be 8 feet wide and 15 feet long. Our estimated implementation costs for it will be $42,000. Along with our small presentation model, we have created a green manta canopy for added artistic appeal. Next, we spoke to Jeremy Cherson, a political advocate from Riverkeeper, who discussed creating awareness for this project. His co-worker, William Wegner, a marine scientist, suggested to also collect bigger trash. Hence, as part of our scale-up, we will create awareness in 3 ways: through a multilingual website, internet advertising, and contacting different politicians and environmental agencies to bring attention to our project. To make the solution more practical, we agreed to add an extra filter chamber to collect particles larger than microplastics with a water pump. One community leader we spoke with is New York State Senator Todd Kaminsky, chair of the Environmental Conservation Committee. He advised us about waterway regulations, project implementation, and how we can gain support and funding. We realized that as part of implementing this project, we need to get proper state and city department approvals. The design will also need to be tested and in a real-life marine environment with a real-size model. We were also encouraged to see that the people we spoke with liked our idea, and we're excited to see how this scale-up solution can have an increased impact on plastic pollution, not only in New York waters, but also nationwide and globally.
National Geographic can certainly help us make this project a reality. This will include providing expertise in implementing the solution, such as marine engineering, publishing our solution in the National Geographic magazine and website, and funding the production of the first real-size prototype working model. On our website, we will track how many filtration models are being used to monitor the increased impact. By working together with the help of National Geographic, our scaled-up solution will have maximum impact on cleaning up plastic pollution in the Hudson River and all over the world.
Let's impact together!
Navigators. Very smooth, impressive presentation, and I was struck by the implementation cost of $42,000, which is very modest considering what a big task you have ahead of you. From your research on this project, what surprised you most about plastics?
How much plastic pollution's in our waterways, and yeah.
Just how much, right? The sheer volume, it's staggering, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you very much. I'm going to ask you to exit with the apparatus. And did you take a plane down here?
I drove.
You drove, right? Of course. But how are you going to get that through security? All right, very good. Okay, thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, the Navigators. Oh yeah, don't forget that, right? Is that yours? Oh, that gets left there. Okay. All right. Okay, and next from Houston, Texas, ladies and gentlemen and kids, please welcome the Bayou Protectors. All right, Bayou Protectors, you have 1 minute to set up your project.
How would you like this? Other way.
That's it? Wow, that's pretty extra points for the quick setup. Alrighty then. Well, I'm going to give these last two. Oh, you want to start from down there? Got it. Okay. This is really like a whole show, this one. Okay. I can't wait to see what happens. All right. You have 5 minutes for your presentation, Bayou Protectors.
Hi, we are the Ninja Turtle Bayou Protectors!
Evil plastic person and sidekick
are destroying the world! She's calculated that there will be 14 billion pounds of trash dumped in the ocean. That's about 1.5 million pounds of trash in the ocean every hour. Don't even get me started with those two. What do they even do?
They're putting trash down the drains.
And it's hurting the environment.
That is so sad.
Hee. Shh. Did you hear that?
It's coming from the storm drain.
I think I know who it is. Evil plastic person!
And her terrible sidekick.
What are you doing here?
I'm here to tell you that in the Buffalo Bayou, they had to remove 1,500 cubic yards of trash after Hurricane Harvey. Isn't that great?
How is that good?
Yeah, when the trash goes down the sewer, it leads to the bayou, leading all the way to the Gulf, out into the ocean, killing our cousin Squirt the sea turtle.
Unless
what?
We use the trash collector!
What?
The trash collector. It goes over the storm drains and stops plastic from going down the drains and into our bayous.
Your evil plan will end now.
No, it won't. Plastic attack.
Clean! You're hurting the environment.
You could be good and help us save the world with a trash collector.
You're right. I could be good and help save animals and make the sewers clean again.
Yeah, no way. At least one person knows the importance of the environment.
You can also help stop flooding because the sewer won't be clogged with trash.
And during Mardi Gras, people around the U.S. spend $7 million trying to clean the plastic beads out of the sewers, and most inventions don't even work. There's also something called Adopt a Drain that can help as well.
Thank you, Ninja Turtle Bayou Protectors, for teaching me a lesson.
Fine. Thank you, Ninja Turtle Bayou Protectors.
You're welcome. Bye.
So in 2017, Houston, Texas was hit by Hurricane Harvey. According to Chris Hubbard and associates, over 13 million people lost their homes due to flooding. My friend Emily Rogers was one of those people. On the first day of her flood, the first floor of her house was halfway underwater.
So this is our prototype. It is called the trash collector. It is made with a PVC piping frame with a net attached. We used a net that makes it look like a bucket because the trash will go in and not be left on the streets. Our product costs $15 to buy all the materials, but that was for 3 trash collectors. So we believe that if our product gets mass produced, the price will go down to only $2.50. Our product catches plastic and sports equipment, and also it is very cheap and is easy to make. On the night of May 9th, 2019, Houston endured one of the worst storms since Harvey. We decided to test our trash collector under these conditions. We collected 24.2 pounds of grass cuttings, mulch, pine needles, and a small rubber ducky with our original prototype. We decided to make a modification to our prototype to make the net a little shorter so it's easier and lighter to take out of the drains. We also did a test trial against the wire versus the rope. But during that test trial, the rope started to fray, and so we decided to go with the wire the whole time for the new one. In our video, as you can see, our prototype is 2 feet underwater, and as you can see in the corner, the vortex is starting to form. In our next video, our prototype is bending from all the pressure that the drain is pulling it from, and as it came out, it was so strong that it came back to its original form.
In our second prototype, we were able to catch a plastic bag, a Gatorade bottle, a straw, and a lid. After regionals, we continued to research, and we realized that not all the drains were the same size. So the second prototype, it was made for a bigger drain.
We ended up doing a survey, and 94% of people that took the survey said they would use our prototype.
We contacted the Homeowners Association of our initial target area, and they said they'd use our prototype as well.
And after regionals, we contacted Adopt a Drain, and they have more than 115,000 drains that they look after in Houston. They said that they can help us find a small manufacturer, and we also contacted Rothy's about our plastic collection plan.
The city of Houston has spent about $13 million in sewer maintenance on Adopt a Drain. We were also hoping that we could be a part of that as well.
If we get the money, then what we would do is we would spend $22,000 on manufacturing to make about 8,800 prototypes, and with the $3,000 remaining, we would use that for promoting Adopt a Drain. If you would like to adopt a drain, you could go to www.adoptadrainhouston.org to adopt your own.
Have no fear, the Bayou Protectors are here.
The Bayou Protectors, excellent. Can I just ask first the two of you on the end, how did you prepare for the role of the evil plastic people?
So initially we were going to wear a trash bag, and then we decided not to, because then we decided that we were going to rip off our shirts because we had to turn good at the end. So.
Right, and this is the role I would have wanted, right?
Yes.
It's fun to play the bad guy, right? Okay. All right, now what challenges do you anticipate? I'm asking the whole group here. What challenges do you anticipate as you go forward with implementing your solution?
So when we go forward, we're going to have to think about what areas don't have curbside recycling, which is about 25% of Houston. So we're going to have to get that 25% on board and using our prototype.
It's 25% that don't have curbside recycling. Boy, that's in Houston's a big city. That's a lot of people. All right. Well, Bayou Protectors, big congratulations. Another round of applause for them. Thank you very, very much. Lastly, our third GeoChallenge finalist. Please welcome from St. Louis, Missouri, the Pioneers. All right, Pioneers, you have 1 minute to set up your project.
Are we putting it sideways?
Yes, yep. I just want to get it over.
And the biggest thing.
Okay. It looks like every. Oh, wow. Are you all good?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You all are ready. I can see. And you got 5 minutes starting now.
Think, act, impact. Welcome to GeoChallenge News. Today we are going to interview the pioneers from St. Louis, Missouri who are saving the river de Pere from plastic.
We are the Pioneers! I'm Abby, and I made these 2 graphs and helped develop our sponsor, a storm drain program.
I'm Nami, and I helped make our map and kept contacts with the sewer district.
Hi, my name is Thais, and I learned how to print this 3D model and helped improve our filter.
I'm Elise, and I connected with community through Facebook and Nextdoor.
I'm Naomi. I traced this illustration of 37,907 storm drains that all lead to the river de Pere, and created a blog to spread awareness about our project.
I'm Dulcie. I created a chart showing the most common plastics found around a storm drain. I also helped develop our filter's adjustability.
So, could you tell us more about your problem and solution?
The river de Pere is an urban river that flows through St. Louis into the Mississippi River, Gulf of Mexico, and Atlantic Ocean. The river de Pere is so infamous, there's a song telling about the filthy state. Oh, it'll take your breath away, oh.
On this illustration, there are 37,907 storm drains that all go to the river de Pere, bringing all that plastic with them, which causes lots of filtration problems that affect our river. In 2017, a half-ton of recyclables, as well as lots of plastic bottles, were collected from our river.
Our solution is a filter that slides in the storm drain. It catches trash and plastic, but allows water to flow past. It would need to be adjustable to fit as many storm drains as possible. All you have to do is cut the zip ties, adjust it to your storm drain's height, and then re-secure the zip ties. We took the appraiser's advice and learned more about ion neutralizer, which could remove chemical pollutants from the water before it went down the drain. We also like to add a microplastic filter and add a mesh lining net bag.
Now, an interview with Professor Earhart, a civil engineer from Washington University. Do you think that plastic in storm drains and in the river de Pere is a big problem?
Yes, definitely. The sewer district was even sued and are investing in a large project that will end up costing them $4 to $6 billion.
Wow, thank you, and see you next time on GeoChallenge News.
So, how much does your filter actually cost?
Each filter would cost about $25 to make, which means we could build 994 filters with $25,000.
Wow, so who did you need permission from to scale your project?
Yes, I contacted the sewer district and they were interested. Their main concern was clogging, but our sponsor, Storm Drain Program, as well as our online tracking log will ensure that that does not happen. So how much trash can your filter collect?
We collected trash around storm drains as a projection of this number.
Also, we have calculated that if 1/10 of the population in the river de Pere watershed litters once a day, and 1/10 of that plastic gets washed in our filter, we have estimated that we would be collecting 120,000 pieces of trash per month. Our filter will catch a lot of trash and impact all 386,000 people that live in the watershed.
And what types of trash did you mainly collect?
Our biggest group was cigarette butts. The second largest group was plastic food packaging.
Was your community involved in this project?
Yes, we did a Facebook survey and 83% of responders said they'd empty a storm drain. 90% said they'd do it twice a month.
And our blog is ensuring that we are spreading awareness about our project, and currently we have 54 followers.
Commercial break.
Help us pioneer past plastic pollution.
We made a cage that collects trash and plastic, but we need your help to empty it twice a month.
Volunteer 2 hours of your year to save the world from plastic pollution. One challenge may be emptying the filter easily, but we have solved that by creating a mesh lining net bag that you can just pull out empty and put it back and you're done.
Now, how will you scale your project using the $25,000?
Our first goal would be to develop the sponsor a storm drain program.
We want to build a lot more filters.
And expand our blog.
And connect with National Geographic's educational resources and make one about our project.
Our ultimate goal is to have our filters in all the storm drains of the River de Pear watershed so that we can impact the River de Pear, the Mississippi, and the entire ocean.
That's all for today on GeoChallenge News.
We will pioneer past plastic pollution!
Well done. Thank you, the pioneers. And a real esprit de corps. I'm struck by how much math comes into this. Really, the number of numbers being thrown around. Does everybody sort of have an affinity for math here? Not at all. Oh, you do. Okay, so you handled all the number crunching.
Oh, yeah.
All right, the question for you guys. Have you noticed any changes in your family or community because of your work on this project?
So we have really noticed how much plastic there is in our waterways and how much we rely on it. And we have been able to cut down on plastics, as well as be in our community, educate people, and pick up plastic in our watershed.
I have to ask, so in your own personal life, what is the first plastic thing that you took for granted usually that you gave up, that you realized I can give up this thing? Any of you?
Straws.
Straws.
Yeah.
Plastic straws, right? That's in the news a lot, giving up plastic straws. All right, well, pioneers, congratulations, by the way, on your hockey team in St. Louis.
Thank you.
And on a great presentation. Thank you.
Thank you.
There you go, please. And as they exit, that is a wrap, but not a plastic wrap, on our final GeoChallenge round. Thank you to our students and our appraisers for doing your part to better our world and to balance it. Each of us has a role to play and a choice to make. After the show, there will be stations outside of the auditorium to make a pledge to choose our planet over plastic. You can also visit natgeo.com/planet or plastic to make your pledge today. If you care about our world's waterways, you won't want to isthmus. Over the last year, these students have come up with remarkable ideas to tackle plastic and make our planet better. They are explorers in every way, creative, curious, collaborative, committed. 2019 was also a watershed year for National Geographic's own explorers who, like our GeoChallenge teams, are working tirelessly to confront the plastics crisis head-on. They are researchers, innovators, educators, and protectors of natural habitats. And they have discovered that many, many communities around the world share our grave concerns about the future of our oceans and its inhabitants. Let's meet Lily Sedigat and this international all-female team of scientists. They're on a Ganges River expedition to better understand and document how plastic waste travels from source to sea and to fill critical knowledge gaps. They have a special message for all of our 2019 GeoChallenge teams.
Hi, everybody! Hi! My name is Lily Sedigat, and I'm with the amazing Sea to Source Plastic Expedition team with National Geographic! Yay! Let's introduce ourselves.
Bushra, Meron, Sabrina, Ellie, Srishti, Jenna, Imogen, Ikta, Tanya, Michi, Sarah, Gausia.
And we have a special message for you guys. Are you ready, team? 3, 2, 1. Congratulations! We're so proud of you! Woo!
Lily and the Sea to Source expedition team won't rest until we have put our planet in balance, nor should we. That's why I am excited to announce that next year's 2019-2020 GeoChallenge will continue to focus on tackling plastic. This is a grand challenge that we must confront all together. Clearly, you students understand that. You are ambassadors for a better future, and your spirit of healthy competition to embrace meaningful change in the world is an inspiration to each and every one of us. So let's keep it going. We invite all students in grades 4 through 8 to join us again next year to tackle plastic. And now for the big moment. It is time to announce the results of our GeoChallenge presentations and to declare the winning team. Please welcome back to the stage the Navigators, the Bayou Protectors, and the Pioneers. Now, before we reveal the outcome, I'd like our GeoChallenge appraisers to offer a very little bit of feedback. Please, Anita, can you share with the Navigators something interesting or extraordinary about their presentation? What influenced their marks?
I loved your excitement for your product, your boat. I was so impressed by the research that you did and reaching out to the community. Your slate of experts was phenomenal. I would love to have understood more during the presentation the role that all four of you played. So we were able to understand that more when we got to talk together. But well done, gentlemen, and please don't stop.
And Jennifer, let's give a round of applause there.
I wish I'd had more.
Jennifer, tell us about the presentation from the Bayou Protectors.
Okay, Ninja Turtles. I loved how that it wasn't just that you invented an idea to capture the stuff flowing in the storm drain, but how that you were going to make both the community and the government in Houston better at defending our ocean. First of all, that taking the Adopt a Storm Drain program, which in our one-on-one found out that needed a little bit more oomph and more expansion, how you were going to enliven that, and how you had plans to engage the community so that they would want to actually participate and clean out that gunk from the storm drain. And so I was like, yeah, if you can sell stuff like that, it's awesome. I would have loved to see, I've never been able to go down to Houston and walk along the bayou, and I would have loved to get a better sense of the map of how your lovely river connected to the ocean. But I know it does from your presentation, but go Turtles.
All right, very good. And lastly, Kakani, what did you see from the Pioneers?
Well, I have to say I was really, really impressed with your enthusiasm and how you did all of this research to really scope out the local issues, right? Like the different locations that you could potentially put your device. But you know what I was really, really wanting from you guys was to think bigger, right? Like how would you export your program to something outside of your local region? But what I want to also say is I see that too as a potential strength, because the National Geographic does a fantastic job of scaling up citizen engagement. And so I can see how this could be a really powerful collaboration.
All righty. Well, okay. Thank you again to our appraisers and the entire slate of judges involved in this year's Geo Championships. Here to help us award the GeoChallenge prizes are National Geographic President and CEO Tracy Wollstonecroft and Kakani Khadija, National Geographic Explorer, spokesperson for the GeoChallenge, and one of our featured appraisers. Come on down. Okay. And I'm going to announce them right here. Okay. And third place in our first ever GeoChallenge, the Bayou Protectors. Oh boy, here we go. Second place for this GeoChallenge, goes to the Pioneers, which means the Navigators are our first place finishers. Congratulations to all of you. At such a young age, you have done so much already to help balance our planet and inspire the rest of us. We encourage you to keep leading and keep exploring. Really, congratulations to all of you. Here they are, our first place team, the Navigators. There you go, that's the way to do it. Alrighty, thank you all, and really congratulations once again for all three teams here. Really extraordinary presentations. Okay. And if you all want to exit right, congratulations, gentlemen. Great work. I don't blame them. All right. Well, I can hardly Kazakh stand it. Thank you.